Yes, first man in space, Yuri Gagarin. Headquarter of UNESCO. Where is headquarter of UNESCO? Paris. Which ideology advocates for rights of women? Feminism. Who has written Wealth of Nation? Adam Smith. Adam Smith is also sometimes called father of economics, right? Modern economics. Okay, who was the German dictator during World War II? Adolf Hitler. India remains the biggest importer of defense equipment from Russia. We have by now imported mostly from Russia. Now we are importing from France and Germany and America also. Like Rafale is being imported from France. Some warfares are being imported from Israel. Okay, who was the American president during World War II? Franklin Roosevelt, right? Warsaw Pact, when was it signed? It was signed by Russia and its friends 1955. India launched bullet train project with which country? Japan. It is yet to start. Bullet train, it will be from Ahmedabad to Mumbai. Of course, the Mumbai Maharashtra government is not in favor. Anyway, let's see. Karl Marx divided the total societies into two parts, and he said there is always a divide between these two societies. They always fight. Either of them will survive. So who will survive? Obviously the poor, rich and the poor. These are the two societies. Who said it? Karl Marx. What is the name of his books? Das Kapital. Okay, name the first artificial satellite sent by Russia. Sputnik. Where is the headquarter of FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization? Rome. Das Kapital. Who has written this book? Karl Marx. Who was the Italian dictator during World War II? Mussolini. Japan bombed Pearl Harbor in Hawaii to sink US ships on which date? 7 December 1941. Which country follows the undeclared policy of Springs of Pearls? China. Headquarter of UNICEF? New York. Earlier we had discussed headquarter of UNESCO. That's in Paris. Cold War. Who coined this term? Bernard Baruch. Berlin Wall divided which country? East German, West German. Now they are united. The wall is broken now. Name of island in Indian Ocean which is military base of United States. Diego Garcia. World War I between Germany and Allied powers ended with Treaty of Versailles. Who gave the slogan, Workers of the World Unite? Karl Marx. Headquarter of SAARC, where is Kathmandu, Nepal? UN Day is celebrated on which date? 24th of October. The line separating Eastern Western Europe is known as Iron Curtain. Agreement called Panchsheel was signed between India and China. International Court of Justice is where? Hague, Netherlands. First Prime Minister to address British Parliament in 2015, Narendra Modi. UK taking exit from which organization? We all know European Union. Which country is helping India in bullet train? Japan. The Indian Prime Minister at the time of 1998 Pokhran nuclear tests, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. CTBT means banning of all nuclear explosions. After the Second World War, US and USSR became two superpowers. So there was a Cold War between them. SAARC was established in which year? 1985. Which country dropped nuclear bombs in Hiroshima, Nagasaki? United States bombed. It was in August. World War first ended in which year? 1918. Detente means release from tension. Who was the first man to set a foot on moon? Neil Armstrong. Doklam Plateau is where? Between India, Bhutan, China. What is communism? It's an socio-economic system which wants to remove poverty by creating classless society. Capitalism believe in market forces, so allows the markets to flourish. Freedom is essential here. Socialism is economic, political, social system in which all resources are collectively owned by classless society. Dockland Plateau dispute. Indian troops intervened to block the path of Chinese people. So this is a area near Bhutan, India, and China. Feminism. The 20th century brought major social reform. One of them is the right of women, and the right of women is called feminism. Liberalism is a political moral philosophy based on liberty, consent of the government, and equality before law. Marxism is socio-political economic philosophy by Karl Marx, which examines the effect of capitalism on labor productivity. It asks for classless society through revolution to overturn capitalism in favor of communism. Neoliberalism is a set of economic policies that have become widespread during last 25 years. Right? This is neoliberalism, where you also have little bit of welfare along with liberty, freedom, market-driven economy. Full form: BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. WTO, World Trade Organization. EU, European Union. UNESCO is international, ILO, International Labour Organization. ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. WTO, World Trade Organization. FAO, Food Agriculture Organization. IMF, International Monetary Fund. WHO, World Health Organization. CTBT, Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. Then who gives the first approval to the first 5-year plan of India? National Development Council, NDC. This was earlier. Now we have Niti Aayog. Characteristic of underdevelopment: vicious poverty circle. First chairman of Planning Commission, obviously the first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. First five-year plan started in which year? 1951. Target of the first 5-year plan was development of agriculture. Parallel economy means sometimes called black economy. Parallel economy includes informal economy also. When was plan holiday declared? Plan holiday was declared after third plans. Monetary policy is introduced and implemented by RBI, and fiscal policy by the finance minister through taxation. 5-year plan in India gave emphasis on cooperative federalism. Which plan? 9th 5-year plan. Father of Green Revolution in India, M.S. Swaminathan. In the world, Norman Borlaug. Planning Commission was constituted on 15th March 1950. Now it is called Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog. Now Planning Commission has been abolished, and instead of that we have Niti Aayog. First 5-year plan was from 1951 to 56. Mahalanobis model was introduced in second 5-year plan, and it was heavily influenced by communism ideology. Economic planning is in concurrent list. Which state initiated eradication of zamindari system? Uttar Pradesh. India opted for mixed economy in industrial policy of 1948. LPG means liberalization, privatization, globalization. It was introduced by Manmohan Singh ji as finance minister in 1991. That time Prime Minister was P.V. Narasimha Rao. Green Revolution spread in Punjab, Haryana, UP, West Bengal. Naxalite movement started in West Bengal 1960s. New policy indicates government's intention to invite greater degree of participation, private sector. In which year was Planning Commission dissolved? 2014. Under free exchange market, the rate of foreign exchange is determined by balance of payment theory. This is what is happening in capitalism. Father of economics, Adam Smith. SEJ was introduced in which country? China. SEJ means Special Economic Zone. Niti Aayog established in 2015. Permanent land settlement of Bengal was introduced by Lord Cornwallis. Biotechnology helped farmers in moving in more production, higher yield. Indian economy today is developing economy, emerging economy, dual economy. Father of green revolution in the world, Norman Borlaug. Farmer suicide in India is known as agrarian crisis. Industries are to be given compulsory licensing are alcohol, drug, pharmaceuticals. Here, compulsory licensing is involved. When was the plan holiday declared after the third plans? In which year Planning Commission was dissolved? 2014. In 2015, we had Niti Aayog. Public ownership to private ownership, this is called privatization, and private ownership to public ownership, that is called nationalization. Who is the chairman of Planning Commission? Prime Minister. Now we don't have Planning Commission, now we have Niti Aayog. Right? 1 rupee note has the signature of Finance Secretary. Niti Aayog full form, National Institution for Transforming India. MNC stands for multinational company. Number of persons per square kilometer is called density of population. Who is the current finance minister? Nirmala Sitharaman. Globalization means spreading products, technology, information, jobs, etc. across countries, across the world. Green revolution started in the 60s. Which were the main crops? Rice and wheat, high yielding variety of rice and wheat. Colonialism means establishment of rule by country over another, like Britishers did on India. Right? Emergence of machinery, industrialization. Okay, Rayatwadi. What was Rayatwadi? It existed in Madras in 1772 and extended up to even Bombay province. Mahalbadi, this is land ownership, joint ownership with the village body, then Zamindari, and then Jagirdari. These are the 4 systems of land ownership that were there in earlier times. Liberalization. Liberalization means giving freedom to people to decide to set up their own enterprise. Disinvestment means when government is selling its companies, that is called disinvestment. Privatization. Privatization also means disinvestment. When government is selling its companies to the private sector, it is privatization. When government sells the shares in the public, it is privatization. Colonialism, we have already discussed. Okay, chief architect of Constitution of India, B.R. Ambedkar, but of course it was decided by all collectively. Mass media device, which was most popular? Radio. Earlier, before the 2000, it was radio. Okay. Which industry employed largest number of women in Patna? Answer is silk industry. Okay. Secularism means all religions be given equal importance. Sharda Act 1929, it abolished child marriage. Right? Who were the people talking about against child marriage? Was Ram Mohan Rai, Ishwarsan Vidyasagar and others. Ram Mohan Rai was also involved in abolishing Sati Pratha system. What is called exchange system of goods? Barter system. It was prevailing in India earlier. Right? International Literacy Day is 8th September. 3 waves of democratization. Who is associated with this word? Samuel Huntington. Okay. Yes, any point, any question?